Detroit basketball from Virginia Union University. Wearing the big red, blue, and white tonight. Ben Wallace. Shout out to the 2004 Detroit Pistons, making Shaq and Kobe cry on the sideline and denying Gary Payton and Karl Malone a championship ring. And you're back in here with the Terry McGinnis of this shit. The Mexican looking one. But, as always, no habla Espanol. The half white, half dot Indian. Thank you, come again via Trinidad. One. Yeah. Because my mom's from Trinidad, but I'm from New York, so. But, let's start off the show. A topic that has been near and dear to my heart. I just want to let people know that this is America. Right? And unfortunately, America is, on the decline, but it's still one of the greatest countries in the world because think about all these other countries are messed up. Greece is bankrupt. We can go down the line, all right? Japan is, they're in dire straits. We go down the list. I don't know which one's the best now. There's some great countries if you have American money to go, reside in. Thailand's very popular. So do your research on that. But with that said, I have noticed for at least the last 15 years, because when I was a kid, this wasn't a thing. People just randomly coming up to people that they don't know speaking Spanish and then getting mad when that person doesn't speak Spanish, Now, I know I look Mexican, and I get if, white people, black people, Asian people, come with the bullshit. I get it, But for the Hispanic people, you can't tell your own people apart. But, the audacity of this shit is ridiculous. Like, how you just gonna start speaking of fucking all this Spanish shit? I said, yo, what you say? And they see repeats like, bro, no habla español. And they still come with the bullshit and they get mad at me because I don't speak Spanish. It's like, bro, what the fuck? This is America. Imagine me going to Mexico or Spain, or I should say España, or fucking, what's another, Argentina or whatever, and trying to, well, I guess not quite the same because they want that tourist money, but still, if I go to a non-touristy area, right, and try to speak English, right, and they get mad at those fools for not speaking fucking English, people look at me like I'm crazy. We need to have that same energy here in America. It's like, bro, it's America. Motherfuckers speak English, all right? If you don't speak English, what's up? And then how you just gonna randomly come to people? It's like, nigga, bro, stop the bullshit. And they get mad at a motherfucker because they don't speak Spanish. Like, motherfucker. Like, bro, stop the bullshit. You see Chinese people go up to some random Chinese people that know talking about Ni hao ma, she she. They don't do that bullshit. You see Thai people going my yet mamu. No, they fucking don't. Or the Vietnamese, oh, bunga bunga bang 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 bang. They don't do that to random people they don't fucking know. Or the Swahili cats going to fucking people they don't know. You don't see that shit. It's only the fucking Hispanic people with that shit, bro. And I'm not trying to diss Hispanic people, but that's bad behavior that needs to be fucking put to an end, bro. It's like, what kind of shit? You see Indian people going Hare Krishna to random people they don't fucking know. No, they don't. I know my maternal grandmother spoke some, I always forget if it's Hindi or Hindu, the language. I know there's the religion is Hindu, right? But if the language is Hindi or Hindu as well. I always forget, but she spoke that shit. And she don't go to random motherfuckers start doing it when she was doing her prayers. Go out on the street talking about, and rest in peace, by the way, to my grandma. But she didn't come start with that shit. Go to some random people she don't start speaking that. Like the fuck? Like this needs to be a PSA, bro. Just stop doing that shit, bro. It's like shit. And they get mad at that person because they don't speak Spanish. Like, what the fuck, bro? Stop with the bullshit. And that's funny because the broad I'm dating, first ever Hispanic broad, she speaks Spanish, but she don't really look Hispanic. So she's lucky. She got the exact opposite problem with me. I'm not even Hispanic. Got motherfuckers speak to me in Spanish all the fucking time. But she actually Hispanic and she speaks Spanish, but no one really comes up to her speaking Spanish. So it's just wild as shit, bro. We be together and they want to speak to me in Spanish. We're like, bro, back the fuck up with that bullshit. But it is what it is, you know. What can you do? But I wanted to bring out this PSA because this needs to stop. It has to fucking stop. You know, this is 2026. So, okay, bro, you had your fun with this shit, but now, no, just stop. And again, and some people might think I'm trying to be racist, but let's take it from a non-Hispanic, Spanish-speaking country, right? So I go to Russia, right? And I try to make it out there, and I don't speak Russian. How far am I gonna make it? And I start going up to Russian people, like, hey man, why don't you speak English? They're like, what the fuck? Like, bro, this is Russia, homie. We don't go somewhere with that bullshit. I mean, I can say Mishka and Ribas. Mishka means like bear cub, like little cub or whatever, little bear. And then like Ribas means I think fish, you know. So I say that, you know, and then German I can speak. I can say Fraulein, which is like a young woman. Fraulein. That's a cool word. But if I go up to some random person in America and start saying doom cough or nine, they look at me like I'm fucking crazy. So we just educate the Hispanic delegation here, bro. You cannot get mad at people for not speaking Spanish. This is America, all right? That's all I have to say. That's what this episode is going to be out. So remember, no habla español. Don't go up to random ass people that you don't know and try to speak to them in a different language, okay? If you don't know them people, don't do it. Again, you don't see the Chinese people going up to random person like ni hao ma, shei shei manang manao, or fucking the Japanese come konnichiwa, sayonara. Like they don't say that shit to regular people that don't fucking know. Like what the fuck is this shit? And I got to give out the to people who try. Like obviously, if you're from a different country and you're trying to assimilate and your English isn't perfect, that's fine. Just keep trying. Now, I'm going to give words of encouragement to end this. You know, if you have a little accent or you don't use the proper grammatical, you know, terms and all that shit and usage of the word, that's fine. You know, like you see Asian people, Indian people, like we shouldn't make fun of them people who are trying. Like don't do that. Even the Hispanic people who are trying, it's like, hey, you know, my English isn't that bad, but they're trying. But we need to stop this bullshit where you can expect someone in America to speak your native language. That's all I'm saying, all right? But if you're trying, we shouldn't make fun of them. So I will always stand up for that. Don't make fun of people if they're out there trying to assimilate and learn the language. That's not cool. But we need to stop this bad behavior. Motherfuckers coming up in here trying to speak their native tongue to people that they don't know. Again, you don't see the Asian people doing that. The people from Africa and Swahili going, they don't do that. Or from the Congo, they don't do that shit. You see the French people going, bonjour, maçon, ho 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 ho, baguettes, croissants. You don't see them people doing that shit to the other Frenchies out here. Or the Germans talking about, the Führer. You don't see people doing that shit. You know, it's like, come on, bro. So, again, let's just educate the Hispanic delegation. Stop the bullshit. Don't get mad at people for not speaking Spanish. And just don't go to random people speaking Spanish. But if you try and speak English is not the best, it's okay. Perfect practice makes perfect. So with that said, it's been a PSA from your boy The Price Man. Till next time, YouTube.